What's up, tubers? It's Tony, and today we're going to be talking about how to fix a leaky transmission line connector on your '07 Chevy Silverado 1500 Classic. The concept should be the same on all GM and Chevy products that you drive out there today that has this type of connector that screws into the transmission. Before you start working on such a task, make sure the vehicle is completely cold. Also, I will not be going out to the vehicle to show you anything today, as this is fairly easy for the most part. If you play along with me today, guys, today's video will show you how to replace this connector and or the transmission line, depending on which one you need to work on, okay? I'm going to cover all the tools you need to do this job, give you a couple pointers and part numbers to help you through the process. Right quick, why would you have a leaky connector? Well, inside of the connector, there's a rubber gasket, and when it goes bad for whatever reason, plain and simple, you're going to have a leak. That's what happened to me. I had a leak, replaced the transmission line, installed everything, and then noticed that it was leaking. And then once I replaced the connector, I no longer have a leak. Whether you're replacing the transmission line and or the connector, before you attempt to break anything free, the clip and the line, spray PB Blaster back there, let it sit for about 10 minutes, wipe it off, and then go about your business of disconnecting the clip and the line, as sometimes rust will hold these two items together. Here's my part number for the connector, $8 at AutoZone. If you are replacing the upper transmission line, that's the shorter line, on your '07 Silverado 1500 or 1500 Classic, there's the part number, AutoZone, 30 bucks. Tools you'll need to do this job, folks. One of these little pick sets from Harbor Freight to break loose this stupid clip that holds the line in place and keeps it from coming out. To me, this is the hardest part of this job, folks. And again, I have a video out there as well as others on how to break loose these clips. So make sure you watch someone's video. I'm going to try and come back and show you this concept towards the end. You'll need a 3/4 inch socket if you're replacing the connector, a 3/8 ratchet, a short driver, and you'll determine if you need that driver, a small pair of needle nose pliers, as sometimes the clip will get hung up in the connector's head, and you'll need to take needle nose pliers and go and grab it so it doesn't fall. A magnet in the event that the clip falls, okay? And this will happen and may happen to you, but if for some reason the clip falls in the transmission area, guys, turn your camera on with the light on, run it, shine it up in the transmission area, and then play it back to yourself. It will show you where the clip has fallen. Then you can take your magnet and go and concentrate in that particular area, okay? You'll need a 10mm socket, as there is a small heat shield that's in your way. Remove the two 10mm bolts, drop that small heat shield. It'll give you a little bit more room to put your arm up in there and go about your business of disconnecting the clip, the line, and or the connector, depending on what you're working on, okay? For those of you who are new to cars, the transmission lines are located on the passenger side of the transmission. They run from the radiator all the way back to the transmission. Follow them back there. You will find a lower transmission line and an upper transmission line. The short hose is the upper transmission line. The longer hose is the lower transmission line. The transmission connector, the line that connects into the radiator, it has the same concept, one of these dumb little clips that hold it in place. However, it does not have the same type of connector, but it does have the same type of connector's head. So you'll need to break loose that clip, watch someone's video, and help you break loose that clip, okay? So, how do you get the transmission lines out of the vehicle, guys? For the most part, it's fairly easy. I don't need to tell you to jack the vehicle up and place it safely and securely on a jack stand backed up by a jack. What you're going to do is disconnect the line at the transmission first, then disconnect the line at the radiator. We already talked about that stupid clip up there as well. Then what you're going to do is you're going to pull the transmission line from the radiator towards the rear of the car. And you're going to have to lower the line down a little bit in a space that you will see already, and then just pull it. That's how it's going to come out. You undoubtedly will have to pull, turn a little bit. But you will see all of this stuff with whatever bright lighting source you will be using. And that's how you're going to get the line out of the vehicle. And it's going to almost go in the same way you took it out. Just take your time. For those of you who are putting in new transmission lines, for whatever reason, before you start pushing that line in, especially if you're working by yourself, you want to take tape and cover the transmission line, because you don't want to push it and have it grab all that dirt and gook under the transmission and engine, and that stuff gets into the line and clogs the new transmission line up. Okay, so that's it for the most part, folks. That's how you get the transmission line out and in. That's why you would have a leaky connector. You now know what tools you need to replace the connector. You know you need to watch someone's video on how to break loose the clip, and right quick. So this is how the connector will look. Okay, there are 3 holes on the connector. There's a left side hole, a bottom hole, and a right side hole. This connector, I promise you, will not always be screwed in where you can get to the top of the connector. So just be patient. How do you get the clip out, guys? Notice, bottom, this is the bottom, this is the top. You are going to take your little pick and look to grab the head of the connector or the clip. That's what you're looking for. This connector is busted, so this clip should be sitting down in there. But basically, you're going to be pulling around and grab the head of that clip. And then once you do that, the clip will start to break free. Then you want to take your needle nose pliers and go back there and retrieve it. If you're replacing the transmission line, guys, before you put the line in, you must reinsert your clip first. Then you can go ahead and push the line into the connector and it should lock into place. Don't be afraid to grab it and make sure it's locked into place. If you are replacing the connector will come with a clip already inserted in it, the new connector anyway. All you need to do is screw this down until it's nice and tight and back off, and then just push your line into the connector, and again, verify that it's locked into place. And that's it, guys, for the most part. That's how you go about replacing the transmission lines, upper transmission line, lower transmission line. That's how you fix a leaky connector, okay? And that's it. So I hope the video has been beneficial and helpful to you. And again, make sure you verify all part numbers for your particular year, make, and model vehicle before you order, to make sure you get the right item correct the first time. If you order a lower or upper transmission line, the shorter hose, and it arrives long, then you know it's wrong, send it back. That's happened to me multiple times, guys. Thanks for watching. Good luck, guys. Take your time, and you'll be able to get the job done. Catch you next time.